I went there for 2 years with a minister named Reverend J.J. Simmons. The white men, they would not let us register to vote.
The first time I heard Theresa's story, she has such an immediately commanding presence.
And I told him, you don't know how many jelly beans. He told me to shut my black mouth.
And she's also just such a visual storyteller. You can see the scenes kind of unfolding as she's telling them.
Every year we sit down with StoryCorps and we're looking for stories that are gonna, translate well to animation.
Up until that point, all we have to work with are photographs and the audio.
So when we animate it, it becomes even more important to meet that person face to face and get that more full impression of who they are. We're now just a few miles outside of Greensboro.
When we're going to meet the participants, depending on the story, and a lot of these are pretty serious, it can be a little intimidating. So it looks like that might be. Yep.
She seems like an incredibly strong-willed woman, Theresa. She runs her own museum in a small town in Alabama. Hello, Mrs. Burroughs.
Hello, Ms. Burroughs. Nice.
Hey.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
In a certain way, the goal is to get more than we possibly could need.
I'm right under here.
Yeah.
I'm right down here.
Is the idea of the sign to say that this is my age, so I'm of age to vote?
And they wanted the world to see how they could beat black people.
Beyond just sort of what things looked like, the other kind of thing that we need to be thinking about is what did it feel like to her? Because we have the power in animation to not just do things in a literal way.
I was just so tired of standing. And so I leaned back against the wall. And Mr. Cox had a fit. This hand that was out like this, it balled into a fist. And he drew back.
Talking to her today, it feeds our understanding of just how courageous and confident she was.
I didn't know water was so powerful. And they just beat us down with the water.
You can always design a cartoon character. All you need is a couple of eyes and a nose and a mouth. But when you get a chance to take a trip like this, you find out so much more about the person than just what you've heard in the audio. And things like that that make the characters, when we finally do the animation, hopefully feel more real.
So you can stay looking that way. Right. It's going to be a profile.
In some sense, I feel like we're making these cartoons for, an audience of 1 or 2, and that's the people who told them.
Because if he went to that...
We really want the storytellers to feel like what we've given them is like a memory, that we have recreated this memory for them.
All of that feeds into your motivation to bring it to life.
Then he gave me my slip that I was a registered voter. We did vote in the next election. It was a joy. But the thing about it is, I didn't feel it should have been this hard. I knew it shouldn't have been this hard.